Hey everybody, Jay Average Vintage Collector and Jim Faulkner here, 5714 Collector with another episode or our second edition, right, of
Yep.
From the Bleachers, where we're going to just be talking some hobby talk. For those of you that didn't catch it the first time, this will be kind of something we occasionally do, and we're just going to kind of hit on a few different topics. So Jim, thanks for joining me again tonight.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it, so appreciate it.
All right. So topics, big topic today, right? It's baseball
Yep.
season.
Yeah.
It's officially, I guess, started yesterday, but who watches the Yankees?
Right.
Not this guy.
Sorry.
we might have just lost some people on that one, Jim. I'm just
I
gonna
hope
say.
not.
Yeah, your team started today against Twins, right?
Yeah, we opened up against the Twins at 3:05, and the Orioles prevailed 2-1. So it was a good game. So.
And you watched it, correct?
Oh yeah, I had the game one. I was watching the whole game and all that here at the house and all that. So I was pretty excited about it. I told my wife, she's out of town. I said, you know where I'll be at 3:05. So
for me, my Astros opened against the Angels, and last I checked, it is the ninth inning, and they are losing 3-0. Which, I mean, I guess it's a surprise against the Angels, but then again, I guess if you don't address your pitching in the offseason, which was a weakness last year, it's kind of what you expect. But maybe the pitching wasn't too much of the problem. Hunter Brown actually pitched a really good game for while he was in. It's just there's zero hitting, so that's probably something that is problematic for any team when you're not hitting. So that's kind of a bummer, but first game of a long season, right?
Yeah, and that's last year with the Orioles and all that, when I could watch them certain nights depending on the timing and all that because I was still working, but they just didn't have timely hitting. The pitching wasn't there, and they addressed some of those concerns over the offseason. Obviously Pete Alonso coming in for 5 years and $155 million. Yeah, that's a nice addition to the lineup. They picked up Taylor Ward in the trade for Grayson Rodriguez.
For a steal too, right? I mean, for Grayson Rodriguez, but Grayson's had his shot, right? Like,
yep. And now they got so we'll see what Rogers does. He pitched a great game today. Bradish goes Saturday afternoon, and Shane Baz, if I'm saying that right, goes Sunday afternoon.
Right. Well, he used to play in Tampa, correct?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
They addressed their pitching staff and all that. So hopefully we'll see what happens, because the American League East is a very tough division, as we all know. So
the American League West has turned into quite the battleground as well. I mean, everyone's kind of getting better, and I don't think that the Astros are a lock for anything. Especially considering, I don't know, this new GM, Dana Brown, that took over a few years ago, made some changes, and last year really 2 years ago, kind of dismantled the team. I was really disenfranchised after they got rid of Kyle Tucker, who was my favorite player. And I don't know how you don't pay that guy. He's a 5-tool player, and just whatever. I don't understand it. But and then they bring in guys like Isaac Paredes and Christian Walker last year. And then in the offseason this year, there was talk of them trading one of them. And it's kind of like, why did we sign them, and throw this money at them? Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of it to me is just a little disheartening. But I'll hang in there. I'll still watch when I can. But it's, one of those things. So,
I will watch as much as I can this year and all that. So that's for sure. So I got the Masson subscription, we have Fires or whatever we got. So they pretty much carry 150 some odd games. Apple TV does some of them on Friday night. So we won't catch those, but that's okay and all that. So it'll be, like you said,
it's weird to see Netflix. Netflix is getting in the mix now too. That's just, it seems to be what's happening with all the sports is all these different streaming services. It's hard to really keep up.
Yeah. Obviously there's a lot of money with Netflix, what they're making and all that they can afford to, be putting in they did the first game last night, the Yankees and the Giants and all that. And I thought, oh, that's a first time. So
right.
It's pretty cool. So, it'll be a fun season. And as my dad and I always say, my father's make sure I say this right. He's 89. And the one thing that he looks forward to is baseball season. And he will watch every Orioles game with the exception of the West Coast games. On the late night, there's 10 o'clock starts and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll watch all the, just like I will. I'll watch all the Oriole games and I'll get up in the morning and turn on Quick Pitch on MLB and watch that and watch all the highlights and all that. So that'd be fun.
When I used to work the midnight shift, I was able to catch a lot of those, at least the ending of the late night games. But I was also able, because I had MLB TV subscription at the time, I would go home, go to sleep, and then wake up a couple hours later, and I would have the whole house to myself, and I would just replay the games from the night before. So I was able, when I was on midnights, I was able to watch a lot of different Astros games, and now it's just not really all that possible for me.
Yeah. It's difficult when you're working and based on your hours and all that, because I used to work shift work and you're working around the schedule sometimes and all that. So I understand. So, but it'll be a fun season. I'm looking forward to it. So
a fun season. It's just starting. It's always, this time of year is always pretty exciting, and everybody's in it this time of year, right? Like right now, everybody's a contender. So it's exciting for everyone.
Yeah, I'm with you. So we'll see what happens.
So what are your expectations this season for your Orioles?
I did a video this morning, and I made a prediction that they'll win 92 games and they'll make a playoffs. So they'll go 92 and 70 is my prediction. So
is 92 winning the East, or is it not winning the East?
It'll be making the playoffs. I don't think they're going to win the East and all that, but I think they'll be contending for it into September, but I don't see them winning it and all that. So, that will depend on Garrett Cole and how he comes back when he pitches for the Yankees. So he's probably the wild card in the division and all that. So see what he does when he comes back. So
the Yankees got some really sneaky good pickups in the offseason. I think that Ryan McMahon is going to have a big year for them, just like DJ LeMahieu had when he first came there. And Trent Grisham is a totally underrated addition. Yeah. He is a really good defensive player, and he does add a little bit of hitting. He's not a power guy by any means, but that is a sneaky good pickup for them.
Yeah, they got a powerful lineup because Judge and Stanton, and they got Cody Bellinger and all that. And I thought, man, them guys, they come at you, forget about it, So
I'd love to see some more 0-5 days from Aaron Judge. I just
man, he is a beast.
He really is scary when he is good.
Yeah, he's a fun guy to watch.
Yeah,
he's one of them guys that the Yankees are on TV. Let me check out Judge when he's batting and all that.
Right.
Type of, and all that. He's
right.
Him and Ohtani, guys like that, you want to see what they do when they're in the lineup and all that. So,
yeah, absolutely.
And it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully, I'm hoping to go to a game in a couple of weeks. They play a day game on a Wednesday afternoon at like 12:30. And I told my wife, I said, I might just ride up to the ballpark and deal with the traffic on the way home and all that.
Why not? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so something to do. It'll be fun and all that. So, and I think they're playing the Diamondbacks on a Wednesday afternoon. And Nolan Arenado is one of my favorite players too. So maybe you get a chance to see him in person.
That's cool.
So that'd be kind of fun. So
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'll let you know. So
all right. So I figured in honor of today, I actually pulled out some of my Astros cards just to kind of show. And I don't know if you pulled out on your Orioles cards.
I did not pull any Orioles, but I pulled some Ryan stuff I want to show. No.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to show just a few cards in honor of the opening day and the Astros. That's not what I want to do. What do we got to do here? Hold on a second.
Take your time.
Yeah. I don't know why we're doing this. Let's see. All right. We're just going to do it like this. All right.
Yep.
So these are, I have not showed really these cards on my channel. These cards were more from my Modern collecting days. So I collected Modern on and off right up till 2020. And everything was Astros. I really did not collect anything that wasn't Astros. So I'm just going to go through a few of these that I have. This guy right here, that's one of my favorites. Andy Pettitte, hated him with the Yankees, but loved him with the Astros. And
Absolutely.
Great card. So I pulled that one. And then we've got, what do we got here? Brad Lidge, Lights Out Lidge. That was going into that 06, 05, 06 World Series against the White Sox. He was the closer then. Roy Oswalt, who was like just one of my all-time favorites. Love that guy. And I was kind of really into autos way back then. I got a lot of autographs from those guys. This card I absolutely love. I love the patch on it. It's the Tequila Sunrise patch. That one's a George Springer. Absolutely love that one. And George Springer was just a really likable guy to me. This one here, you gotta love him. The Mighty Midget. There's Altuve.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice card.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I like the shadow box there. This one, absolutely love this one. There's my man, Jeff Bagwell, which just that card is just so good. So is his batting stance.
Did you get those cards at a card show? How did you purchase those cards?
Almost every single one of those. Well, the Pettit I got on eBay. And I think the Lidge I got on eBay. The rest of them were from Facebook groups.
Okay.
This one was on eBay, and these cards went. I wouldn't say they were expensive at the time. Like I paid $50 for this card, which for me was a lot of money back when I bought it. But now these cards, this is a Topps Dynasty card, and this is Craig Biggio.
Oh wow!
And that's just
awesome.
That is just a freaking phenomenal card. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite cards in my collection. And then how can I go ahead and do? Well, actually, I'm going to show this one too. This was a card that was just I bought a lot of cards, and it was just like random cards, and I was going through it, and there was nothing in the description that said that there were any autos in it. And I can't imagine that this is fake, but I came across this Larry Durker.
Oh, wow.
And there's an auto on there. And I can't imagine that someone faked that autograph, but I thought that was pretty cool. It was something I didn't expect in that lot of cards. And then because, of course, you're on tonight, I can't show something without showing Nolan Ryan. So this is another.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. This actually I won on Facebook when they were doing like those old I think they used to call them Razzes, and you just buy into a 10 spot. There were 10 spots you buy in for, $5-10, and then they randomly spin a wheel. This one is super cool. It's a booklet.
Oh, wow.
Of Roger Clemens,
Nolan,
which is just,
that's awesome.
Totally awesome.
Yeah. That's a cool piece. No.
Yeah. So I wanted to show those in honor of Astros starting the season today. So. What did you have? You got some Nolan Ryans you want to?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did a video earlier this morning, and I went through some of my Oriole postcards and stuff like that in honor of opening day and all that. So, but I just wanted to start off with, I guess we'll start off with this one. So, I recently got this. So that is the Rawlings tag.
Oh,
Nolan 83.
Yeah.
And it's the full tag. So I won't take it out of there, but it opens up like a booklet. It's got a picture of Nolan inside also.
Oh, that's really cool.
And that's a tough piece. That came thanks to Brent Richards for that, because he called me on a Saturday night and said, hey, they got the Rawlings tag. The guy's selling it on eBay. He just dropped the price. You better go get it. So
that's a solid find.
Yeah, I went over, checked eBay. I saw it. As I was talking to Brent, I was getting a text from Russ from Collecting Nolan about the same card. And I hit the purchase button. And
now, what did it come? What did it come with? Like, what was the tag a part of?
It was part of I believe it was part of a glove. A glove. Yeah. There's a little hole there. You can see the little hole.
Yep.
Maybe you can see that. I don't know. Right above.
Yep, I can see it. Right underneath the H. Yep.
But somebody was smart enough not to pull the tag and all that. So
definitely wasn't a kid then.
Yeah, exactly.
A kid would have ripped that right off.
And also, I'm sure you've seen this by now. Brent did these.
Yep, the custom one. Yeah, that's really good.
And just a beautiful card and all that. So, and the back. I have to show these because I just love that thing and all that. So, and I'll go off Nolan Ryan for a quick minute because I'm going to show something, because I picked this up at one of the local card shops in Laurel, Maryland. When I was up there recently, I picked up a Michael Jordan.
Oh, nice. I have never owned that card. I've always wanted it. I've never owned that card.
It's $20 card, give or take.
Yeah, it's not hard to find. It's out there. I've just never grabbed it.
Yeah, and I thought, you know what? It's Michael Jordan. It's hard not to pick that up. And I'll show you one more real quick because I went to the Chantilly show. And I've gone on and off, and for years and years I've gone. And one time, I guess it was around 2010, 11, or 12, Carl Erskine was going to be there. So Carl Erskine pitched for the Brooklyn Dodgers and the LA Dodgers from 1940 to 1959, through 2 no-hitters in his career. And I always wanted to meet somebody that played with Jackie Robinson. I thought, well, you can't meet Jackie Robinson, but you can meet one of his teammates.
Right.
And so I picked up 55
nice.
Bowman, Carl Erskine. And I got his autograph on a couple things downstairs also, but I bought this card also. And I just thought it would be kind of cool because, at least ask him what was it like to play with Jackie. And he, him and Jackie were friends and all that, teammates, friends, got along. And he said Jackie was just one of the all-time great players, one of the all-time great humanitarians and all that. And I thought, that is cool.
That's awesome.
And I had at least had the experience to talk to somebody that played with Jackie. And I thought that's pretty awesome and all that. So
very cool.
It was pretty cool. One more thing I want to show, because I've got another couple things I'll show later. But so there's a book that just came out recently, another Nolan Ryan book called The K Chronicles. Okay. So it's all over YouTube. A couple people have already shown a copy of the book. I'm getting mine on Saturday. I'm meeting the guy in Tyson's to pick it up. And this is one of the cards. My buddy got me this.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
And then the back. So that's pretty awesome.
So are there only is the number on the back? Are there only 34 of them?
I'm assuming so, but I'm going to ask the guy and all that. And I might, if I remember to bring it, I might have him sign the back of the card. I don't know. I haven't decided.
That's cool. Yeah, it's a good idea.
I don't know if I'll have the front sign. I'm meeting him with the intention of making sure I have an autographed copy of the book and all that. A buddy of mine's going with me, and he's one of those Facebook groups. So he knows the guy also. And I thought this would be fun. So hopefully pick that up on Saturday. I'll be showing it next week, I hope. And so come Strongsville. Chris from Missouri showed it on his channel when he did the little shout out thing and all that. He was talking about it.
Yep. You there, Jim?
And that will be one of the prizes or something. So, but I'll show a couple more things.
You cut out there for a minute. The book is going to be one of the prizes?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I think that happened on, I think that's on a Friday night. I think that happened Friday night. So.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, you brought it up. You brought up Strongsville.
Yep.
So we might as well. We could lead right into that. So that's going to be our second topic tonight. Is talking about Strongsville. And I know that there's been a lot of talk about it lately. I'm definitely getting excited to go. This will be my second year going. Your second year going, right?
Yep, my second year also. Yep.
Really looking forward to it. So Strongsville, we're going to talk about pretty much anything. Are you going with a strong budget? Are you going for a certain card? Are you look? I mean, we know we're looking forward to the meet and greet stuff, the community aspects of it for sure. But is there anything that you might be targeting? Are you bringing cards there to sell?
Okay, let's start off with the first thing. So I'll be at the meet and greet on Friday night, and then Saturday I'm going to the other get together with the trade night because I missed that last year. I'm going to bring a handful of cards to sell. I reached out, or Jason reached out to me, everyday card collector, about a table. So I'm going to have a spot, and I'll have, I don't know, 15 or 20 cards I'm going to bring. And obviously targeting a couple cards. I would love to find a 1970 Ryan Transogram card, which is a difficult card to find. And I prefer to be graded, SGC if possible. But that's a tough card, and you just don't see it and all that. I did not see one at the Philly show. I don't remember seeing one at the National last year either. So maybe get lucky and somebody will have it in the case. We'll see.
If there's going to be one, this is probably the most likely place that you'll find one, right?
Yes. I know it's not a cheap card, but I'm bringing a fairly strong budget. and all that. So, and so we'll see if that happens and all that. And there's a couple other cards I'm recently just started. I was inspired by a couple people on YouTube. Reverend Steve, of course, being one of them. May he rest in peace. He will be missed because I was really looking forward to meeting him and all that. I missed him last year at Strongsville, and but he was doing the binder thing, not just the 76 tops, but he was doing a binder. And I thought,
the Hall of Fame binder, you talking?
That type of binder and all that.
Yeah.
And I know Adam also, Pinson the Flood. Adam, he's doing one also. And I thought, that is so cool. So I started putting together a binder. And I was starting to concentrate on the 66 and 67 Oriole team sets. Okay. Now, the commons are easy, but there's some high number commons. And there's also the 67 Brooks Robinson card, number 600, which is an expensive card. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe that will be one of my alternate pickups in Strongsville if I can find a decent copy of 67 Brooks. So what happens and all that.
Yeah.
So that'd be one of my goals, I guess, and all that. So, and so what are you thinking about Strongsville? What, where's the budget at?
Well, that's the golden question, right? So I came into this, leading into this show, I knew that I had to save, and I saved a decent amount of money, and it was the most money that I've actually been able to save to spend in one shot. So I was really, if you would have asked me a month ago, I would have told you that my budget is very strong, but then I decided to not limit myself to the show. And I don't know really what it was. I don't know if I started to think that maybe I was starting to think that the show prices would be a little bit higher, only based on the fact that this is going to be a very popular show. And I think everybody kind of knows that. So prices might be adjusted accordingly. But then I also ran across a card that was one of my top 10 lifetime gold cards, and I found a beautiful copy. I was in contact with the seller. We worked through some things, and then pretty much I pulled the trigger, and half my budget was gone. And that card was this card right here. This is my Mo Berg.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful card too.
The copy is just, this is just more than I ever thought that I would get. I didn't think I would get a copy in that condition. So I was very happy with that. So I will count that as one of my Strongsville purchases because I did intend to buy. That was my target card, and I bought it with my Strongsville budget. So I did that. So then as time went on, I started to, I don't know if I got impatient or I just said, well, let me just take a little here and take a little there. And the next thing I knew, I was like really ticking down my budget. And so I am down to a very small amount. I'm down to $300. That's my budget for Strongsville. But the reason that I go to Strongsville for the most part is to be with the community and, that part of it, which I really enjoy. So I am totally looking forward to it. All the things that I've bought up to this point, I feel like are still our Strongsville purchases. That's what I'm going to consider them. So when I do my Strongsville recap, I will be showing all this stuff because I probably would have got all this stuff there anyway. I just felt like I didn't want to miss out on a deal because I had to get a card at the show. And I didn't want to stay, in that thought process. So with a $300 budget, there's really not a whole lot I can do with that with bigger cards, but with smaller cards, I definitely can. I can work on my sets that I'm doing. And my sets are 73 tops, which will not have very many cards left. And then so 73 tops, I'll get into that in our next topic, but my 73 tops baseball set, my 1960 tops baseball set, my 1964 Topps Giant sized All-Star set, and my 1969 Topps football set. So those are definitely things that I can use that money on for that. But there is no target anymore. I got my target. So I'm really just going to do like laps around this thing to see what's there. Now, there is one other thing to this. I don't sell cards. Once they are in my collection, I do not let them go.
Okay.
And then I had some type of like epiphany today where I was going through my cards and I found a card for my modern days that doesn't really do it. It's not that it does anything for me, but it's just not something that is, close to dear to me. It's something that I feel like I could move this card for quite a bit of money,
Okay.
and repurpose that money at the show. So I'm going to be bringing one card with me, I think, to the show, and I am only staying until Saturday. So
Okay.
I'm leaving either after trade night, or if I'm out of money before then, I'll probably leave during the day. So my mission is on Friday to go into the modern side and try and find a dealer that I can work something out with this card.
Okay.
In this, it's a card. It's a modern card. It's a 2018 Topps Clayton Kershaw, but it's an SSP that I pulled from a pack, and it's a PSA 10. I sent it in for grading PSA 10.
Oh, wow.
There has not been one sold. There's only 17 that have been graded, and there have been some sales, but not for a 10. Some of the raw ones are going for about $400 to $500. So I'm looking to try and move this if I possibly can at the show, but I may not find a dance partner. So we'll have to see how that goes. It's kind of a gamble. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'll be happy doing my plan.
Yep.
So
Okay. Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
Well, I wish you good luck on that then.
Thank you.
That's cool. That's cool. I want to see that card. So
I didn't bring it down, but I'll have it at the show. So I will definitely show you. But it's a pretty cool card. And honestly, when I pulled it, I didn't even know that there was anything different about it until I pulled. So I what did I do? I can't remember if I pulled another one or if I put it on. I think I put it on a Facebook group. I put it on a Facebook group for sale. And someone said, "Hey, that's the SSP." And I said, I don't know this, the SSP. And so I went ahead. It was with a bunch of other cards. And someone was pretty honest with me and went ahead and kind of gave me the heads up that, hey, you might want to look into this. And then I realized that it was something that was pretty rare. When I sent it in for grading, when it came back, it was only a pop 2. So now it's a pop 10, or it's a pop 10, but 17 total graded. It's weird. 17 total graded, but I think, or 9 of them are 10s, which is more than half of all the cards that are graded. So it's just crazy that there's more 10s than there are of any other grade.
Okay. Yeah. Well, why not bring it and see what happens and all that?
Yeah. I'll roll the dice. I'll see what I can figure out. So
yeah, I'd say it's worthwhile bringing. That's for sure. So
absolutely, it does no good just sitting upstairs. So I can definitely repurpose that money. Yeah,
maybe you can use it for a vintage card that you want. So
absolutely, that's the plan.
That's pretty cool. All that. I rarely sell cards. I've done a couple shows and all that, but sometimes I'm just trying to thin the collection out and I can repurpose it. And if I can, pick up stuff that I want and all that, I will do that and all. So, and a buddy of mine, I'll show these here in a little bit. I bought some stuff off him that he had some extras that he picked up from another guy. And I thought, I got to have it and all that. So, and Strongsville or not, I've got to have these prior to the show and all that. So, and because you don't know what you're going to find. I agree with you that the prices are going to be on the higher side, not on the lower side. There'll be plenty of other guys, men and women there at the get together with cards. And if you might see something from one of them guys and you'll get a better deal from them. And
absolutely.
So I'll bring a handful of stuff and all that. I got it off to the side in the basement and all that. So I just got to get it all packed up, so.
Yeah.
But that'll be fun. Looking forward to seeing everybody. That's
the best part. It is it's like a reunion feel. So even if it's your first time going, it's like a reunion feel. So that's if for those that have not gone before, it really is going to be just like seeing. It's almost like a high school reunion. It's really cool. So
it's a lot of fun. I'm bringing my ballpark book, I call it, and it's a ballpark pass book. And
is it the one that you had to sign last year?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to bring that with me again because there's people there that are coming that were not there last year. I want to make sure I get them to sign it. So that'd be kind of cool to have.
No, that's really cool.
And I'm bringing I packed up some cards in my labels and all that I'm going to give to people and all that. So,
Yep.
Because people always bring stuff for other people to, hey, I got a gift for you, So
yeah, I've got some really small, just
me too.
nothing crazy, just some small stuff to give away. So
that'd be fun and all that. So looking forward to that. So we'll have a good time. So
absolutely, it's going to be a blast. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks. Oh God, already it's
crazy.
Coming up quick. Yeah. So get that money together.
That's right. So go on to our next one, our final topic, right? What about we'll talk about collecting goals. What are your collecting goals, and whether they're for the year or they're for just in general?
Well, I'm always trying to find some oddball Nolan Ryan stuff. So I went to a show in Hagerstown, Maryland, which is about 100 miles from the house. Really just went up there just to, maybe get lucky. Maybe I'll find something, that type of thing. I talked to a dealer that I know. His name is Steve, and he helped me complete my 72 top set because I bought about 100 high numbers from him years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, I'm really looking for some oddball Ryan. Do you have anything? He said, I do have one. He said, I have the 76 Diamond Jubilee Nolan Ryan. He says, it's not in great shape, but I have it. And I thought, are you going to the Philly show? Because the Philly show was like 2 weeks later. He said, yeah, I'll be at the Philly show. I said, please bring it. My buddy and I will be there on Saturday. I walked in the door. He was like the second table in. He was working with Chappell cards, with William Chappell.
Okay.
I walked up to him. He was getting the card out to show it to me as soon as he saw me. So I picked up the Diamond Jubilee Ryan. And I thought, I was just excited to get it. So my collecting goals is always to add some oddball Ryan stuff. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you this.
All right. Yep.
So let me get all this together. I'm going to show you one thing beforehand. I'll show you this. I'm going to show you. I've got this Nolan News. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. So this is from August, October 1995. So that's how old it is. And it's really good shape too. So back in 1995, and this was during the Fan Fest in Dallas. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they did this. Let's see if I can show you. These are Fan Fest badges with Nolan. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So there is 8 of the regular size ones and a mini. Okay. Okay. So prior to my buddy and I, his name is Brenton, we were going to the Net 54 get together on a Saturday in February. And I met him up there because he lives like 40 minutes from me. And he brought these with him. I had these originally, so I had the retail.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, those are cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a
I
fairly
think you showed these a little while ago, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And I had the making of the game one in my collection also. So I had these 2 already.
Very cool.
So I told him, I said, hey, I need the other ones. I'll just show these real quick because I did show these. But since some people might see them for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got the
So
staff,
cool.
Fan Fest. I got the special guest. And I was so excited to add these because these are not easy to find.
I can imagine.
Oh, unbelievably hard.
And you got the whole rainbow.
I got the whole rainbow. And what's cool about it, the tab is still intact and all that.
Right.
So you see the tab and all that. It's a little tough with the light wall behind me because our kitchen is painted like a very light tan. Performer.
That's awesome.
I got the media. And I got the all access badge. I haven't figured out how I'm going to display these in my room yet. Because they're a little bit bigger than the case. I don't think the case will hold these. I'll have to check. So I'll have to look. Now, the fun part is there's a mini. Okay. So, and then on top of it, they gave this to the kids at the same thing, a pog.
Oh, that's cool.
That too.
Yeah, it's a pog, right?
Yes. Pogs were very popular in the 90s and all.
Yeah.
And, there that is. But that was like a holy grail item, just like the Rawlings card and the Laughlin Diamond Jubilee card. They're grails for Ryan collectors. Now, we know that there's plenty of people that collect baseball cards and they collect individual players, or they do Hall of Fame runs and they collect the cards. But it's not too often that people go beyond the cards and all that. And I thought, getting the Fan Fest badges of one of the greatest players of all time and have the whole set is pretty cool and all that. And
have you seen other people with those at all, or not really?
No. Nope. My buddy has a complete set, and I don't know. I have to check with Russ and Brent if they have them and all that. And I would like to find out from Darren and see if he has them also. So if I remember to ask him at the show in Strongsville when we get together, I'm going to ask him if he has that, because he has a nice run of Ryan cards. I don't know if he goes into the oddball stuff as much, right? Because but as a Ryan guy, you have to have them and all that. So
that's really cool, really cool stuff.
Yeah. So I wanted to make sure I showed those, but collecting goals, the Transagram would be on the top of the list, no doubt about that, and that would just be pretty awesome to get if I can find one and all that. So if you see one before I do, let me know.
Yeah, definitely. You'll have a lot of eyes out there looking to help you find it.
Yeah. So
if Brent doesn't get to it first.
Yeah. Well, he has one. Yeah.
All right. Okay, good.
I know he's not coming to Strongsville, but Brent showed that card on.
I thought he was coming to Strongsville.
No, Brent Richards is not coming and all that.
All right.
So I wish he was. It'd be fun to meet him and all that, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it. So and all that, but but I'll get the word out to everybody and say, hey, if you see one, please let me know. So
right. So do you have any other goals for this year as far as that goes?
Well, I'm going to work on that 66 and 67 Orioles team sets, and I'm still up in the air about if I want to complete my 70 top set and all that. So I've got some high numbers written down that I might look for in Strongsville, and if I can, get some of those, I got like 20 of them written down. Maybe I'll consider doing that. So that might be.
How far are you into that set?
I got about 525 of them.
Oh,
and I got most of the Hall of Famers. I think I'm missing Willie Mays, and I don't have the Rose. I'm picking up the Thurman Munson in Strongsville from Mike, from Jay Hawker.
Okay.
And all right. Because he was doing a video a couple months ago, and I said, hey, pull that Munson aside. I'll buy it from you. So I'm going to pick that Munson from him. So that'd be a nice pickup. Yeah. Great beautiful card. So, how about you? You're going to work on now, if you have a choice, what would be the number one set that you would go after in Strongsville of the four that you spoke about?
So this weekend, actually, here there is a show. It's about 100 tables. It's about 40 minutes away from me, and a dealer that I know, his name's Gary Nucciarino. He lives in my area, and I've become to a point where we'll send emails back to each other. I'll go up to him at every show I see him, but he sets up at Strongsville as well, and I reached out to him and I said, Gary, I'd like to really try and hammer this 73 set down before I go to Strongsville. So I have 644 cards out of the 660. Wow. So it's 97.6% complete. There are no big cards left for me here. They're all just kind of random. Right. So he told me that he has about a dozen of them, which still puts me a couple short. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get the ones that he has, get those. Okay. And then the two or three or whatever it is, a handful that I've left, I will get at Strongsville just to say I'm done with the 1973 set. Yep. So I would like to finish that one up. The 1969 Topps vintage football is dirt cheap compared to vintage baseball. Okay. It is like ridiculously more inexpensive than baseball. And the 69 football set really doesn't have anything crazy in it. It's got the Piccolo and it's got Gale Sayers and Joe Namath. I think those are probably the big ones. Okay. Larry Zonko's rookie, I think, is in it. Okay. So I have 105 out of 263. I would really like to pick up either the Piccolo, the Sayers, or the Namath. One of those three, if not two of them, and then a few other commons, I could definitely do that. My goal for 2026, when I started my goals for 2026, it was to complete the 73 set. It was to get halfway done with the 69 set, which the football set, which I'm at 40% right now. So I think that's doable. I also, one of my 2026 goals was to get a third of the way done with the 1960 Topps baseball set. So I have 171 out of 572 cards, which is about 30%. So I'm right on track. I'll probably exceed that this year. So I wouldn't mind getting a few 1960s. But the 73, to answer your question, that's 73 I want to wrap up. And it's only going to be
done.
Like when I get the final card, it's not going to be like I finally got my Roberto Clemente or my Mike Schmidt rookie. It's going to be I got Ed Kranepool, or something like that. Something like that. Like it's not going to be as dramatic as a wrap. Battle of the Bulge, guys. I got 13. I always seem to find more that pop up that I didn't realize were in the Battle of the Bulge. So I got 13 players left to get on that. Diamond Stars, I'd love to add 1 to 3 this year, but I don't think that's going to happen in Strongsville. I'm doing the Hall of Fame run for those guys. And my Topps Giant, 1964 Topps Giants, I have 39 out of 60, which is 65%. I'm missing a lot of the short prints, and I'm missing Mays and Aaron are the 2 big ones. So I don't know if I'll get those. But I might just chip away at some of this stuff like that. That money, that budget would go a long ways towards a lot of these things that are on here. So I did pick out, like when I talked about like adding, and the other thing is vintage boxing. I have gotten so into vintage boxing lately. I really enjoy it. I enjoy the stories and the history behind it. So I really wouldn't mind adding some of that stuff. Again, some is expensive, but a lot of it is really reasonably priced. And I think that this will be a place where I can probably find some really cool stuff. So
you'll do a good job on that football set because there'll be a couple of dealers there and we'll have vintage football, and more than likely they'll have a binder of 69 Topps football.
That's what I'm looking for.
And I wish I knew the dealer's name. I do not. He wears a hat. He's from Florida, if I remember right. And he has tables full of binders and all that. And he was in Strongsville.
Was he in the last row? Or, I guess it's when you walked in, if it was the row all the way to the left, like halfway down. Yes. In the last year, right? That table I could not get near because there were so many people sitting in chairs just going through all the buying. Like it was crazy. But he had everything.
Yeah. And one question I have, Brian Piccolo, how many football cards was he on? Do you know how many he appeared in the top set by chance?
Ooh, I don't. It's probably easy to look up. I can look it up right now.
Because now is 69, is that his rookie card or not?
I believe so. Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. The only reason I ask is because I know the story. I've seen the movie 40 years ago and all that. And I know he's a very popular player and all that. So,
he is. I don't have the info on how many football cards he does have, but and I would love to pair that Piccolo and Sayers up. I really would. It would be awesome. So, and again, really just not. They are so reasonably priced. It's sometimes mind blowing.
Yeah.
So,
and I know. Based on the story and all that, I know the popularity and all that, the card prices are always a little more inflated because of that. He's not in the common bin and all that.
No, he's not, but he's not in the untouchable bin either.
Right.
It's pretty. It's a weird dynamic, I guess, for that.
Yep, so, absolutely.
And there is one more thing I guess I should point out. So with the U.S. Winning gold in hockey. In my refound love for hockey, I guess, since the Sabres are just crushing it and really getting into it, I really wanted to start a new project. So I started a new project, and I was trying to get these any version of a gold type of modern card of the players, each player on the U.S. Olympic team. And so I got my first one. And I put it into my Mag Pro, but then I looked at it and I was like, man, my Mag Pro is, J Average Vintage Collector, and the flip was designed to make it look like a beat up, kind of vintage type card. So I didn't really like the pairing. So I have not shown this on my channel yet. So you'll be the first one here to see it. I designed a new flip. Now, the flip, I'm going to show you the flip first, and then I might design another one. So I'm doing my U.S. Gold Olympics. So this is a seismic gold is what this card is called, and this one is of JT Miller. But this is the flip that I designed for my new hockey cards, and you can see that it's got that shine across the top, which is pretty cool. I like it. But now I don't really know if it goes with the gold for this one. But so if you look at it in one of my other cards,
that's cool though.
That I think that just looks like
that is cool. They do a good job on those flips.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah. I'm really excited about that. Maybe I'll think about getting another kind for my Olympic one. But I don't want to get too crazy on all these flips, but maybe I'll just deal with it. But yeah, that's kind of, so cool. I might check out the other side of the curtain to maybe add a few more things to that little project.
Yeah. And one thing I wanted to mention, I'm going to show real quick, because my buddy, he got me into collecting pens now. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I have a display case downstairs with about, I don't know, 28 or 30 Nolan Ryan pens and all that. So recently, the Hall of Fame, of course, has to have pins also, right? So I picked up this one for $99. Make sure I get that right. There we go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's got the 7 inductees, of course, Nolan being one of them. So that got added to the pen
That's
collection.
Really cool.
I have a couple more coming in the mail Saturday, and then I'm going to pick up a couple from my buddy on Saturday also. And I also bought these. This is the second no-hitter pen from Rawlings, the Nolan Ryan. So I got that.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And then I think this is the third one, if I remember right, because I had the first one downstairs already. So here's no-hitter number 3. So now I have the complete Rawlings pens set of 4 given out by the Angel. So I got that collection completed.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And I thought, I got into another little small rabbit hole. So when I go to shows or something like that, at the National, there was a guy from Texas at the National. I bought 6 of them from him, and that got me started again. And I thought, oh, this is so cool. So, and it's something different instead of just baseball cards or pictures.
I think I remember seeing somebody with that kind of stuff at the Strongsville show last year, and I think he had like ticket stubs and pins and all sorts of stuff at his table. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I just recently picked up a ticket stub that has to do with Nolan Ryan. I have not shown it because I know Brent and Russ and I are going to get together probably in the next week or so, and I'll show it there first. But it's downstairs and all that. So I said, I might have to. So when I go to Strongsville, I might start looking for some ticket stubs also.
Awesome. Awesome. Just another aspect, right?
Yeah, just try to broaden the horizon a little bit and find something different and all that. So I'll be showing some new stuff here soon on the channel too and all that. So just to let you know.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool and all that. So, but I'm just really excited about going to Strongsville and
definitely.
It's a 6.5 hour drive, so it's not that far. It's not that.
Yeah, it's 3.5 for me. And it's I'm not staying as long as I wanted to, but I think that 3 days is probably just too much for me. And the 2 days, like I said, the first day, I think I'm just going to be trying to find a partner for that item that I'm trying to sell. And then the next day on Saturday will probably be the day that I kind of go through. And I'm not worried about like missing out on any deals because I don't really have a solid plan as to what I'm doing. So I'm not trying to force anything. I'm just whatever I come across and speaks to me is going to be what I get. So I'll take my time. I'm not trying to rush anything.
Yeah. And like you said, it's really about getting together with the other YouTube people and all that. And just meeting some of the new people that you see on YouTube or you've done a video with and you haven't really met them. So that'll be fun and all that. So I'll look forward to seeing all of those folks and all that. So it'll be fun.
Yep. Well, this has been another fun episode here, Jim.
Yeah.
I think that we covered again a lot of time. We made good time. We covered a lot of ground. Made some good time. Man, I can't talk right now. My tongue twisted. But Strongsville baseball season starting and collecting goals. So this was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that it worked out that we were able to find some time to do this, and we'll definitely be doing another one. So
maybe we can do a Strongsville wrap up or something like that.
Something like that.
That'd be fun. Okay.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. This is Jim and Jay saying good night.
Yep. Thank you.